gentlemen, what is good? It is the 12th episode of the
Yes,
Chris
sir.
Logic podcast, and we are officially live as we're recording, man. So, we're going to try to be on our best behavior, but it's your boys, the dynamic duo, starting with your boy, Jordan Frost Mitchell, and I got my co-pilot. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your man Zay. We back at it, episode 12. We here.
No doubt, man. And I know we've been had our first recording last episode. Got a lot of good feedback about that. People was trying to get on me for going through my Dark Knight phase during my first recording. Man, I was just trying to really tell the people, they merely adopted the dark, and I was born in it.
Yeah,
Ordered by it.
you fully embraced that darkness, boy. Shit was crazy. No lighting, dark dungeon.
That's right, man. That's right, man. Entering the 36 chambers.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Over here meditating in a room with 1,000 candles lit. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, get how you live.
No doubt, man. But we are live and ready to go, man. We got some stuff to talk about here. We are here to discuss two of the hottest topics in the game today. First, it's only right that the NBA playoffs is now down to the Final Four, and let's just say, in this age of where some of those familiar names, the LeBron Jameses, the Chef Currys, the Kevin Durant's, well, he didn't even make it to the postseason. James Harden, whoever you want to call, all those familiar faces are out. Cancun on 3 out. The Oklahoma City Thunder currently facing off in the Western Conference Finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves. SGA, newly crowned league MVP, versus the menace himself, Ant-Man Anthony Edwards. And then in the East, you got two legendary teams making shocking runs and getting back to the finals, and at the same damn time reigniting an old bitter rivalry. You got them boys from the East Coast of New York Knicks, aka the New York Knickerbockers, if you go all the way back to their origin days, and then the best from the Midwest as of this season, you got the Indiana Pacers, man, and we're gonna get right to it, man. I think the best one to start with is the one that's been the most dramatic so far, man. But
You're not gonna say the best for last? All right, jumping right into it.
You know what? You're right. The best for last. Our second subject that we'll be transitioning to is my guy, my beloved San Francisco 49ers cashing out Mr. Irrelevant, a.k.a. one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Young Brock Purdy gets the big payday, gets his bucks, and it's a very team-friendly contract that we're going to break down all those details for y'all as well. But nonetheless, man,
you know why it's team-friendly? You know why?
Why is that,
You
sir?
know why. You know why? Because he ain't fucking worth it. That's why. That's why. That's who gets team-friendly contracts.
Hater in the house.
It's not a hater. He's not him. And we all know it. Put your fandom, put your little fan hat down. Mm-hmm. I see you got the San Francisco shirt on today. You repping it.
That's
but
great.
Under false pretenses.
Bang, Niner game.
Hey, I love the fact you'll never see another Super Bowl with Purdy. I love it. I love it. Embrace it. You'll never see it. He's not him. He's not him.
Mm-hmm. I hear you, man. Hey, all I gotta say is, man, the numbers
noodle ass
lie,
arm.
Man.
Noodle ass arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, noodle ass arm. One of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league, if not the most efficient quarterback.
He's not. He's not. Don't even go there. Bro. Don't even go there.
Bro. The numbers don't lie, man. The numbers don't lie, brother.
Hey, they do lie, and so does that tape. And actually, as a matter of fact, the tape don't lie either. Because when he don't got the all-star cast, we see the tape.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, do we got to run the Cleveland Brown footage?
Mm-hmm. We can go ahead and run the Cleveland Brown footage, man.
Yeah, you run that.
Mm-hmm.
You run that. He's not worth none of that.
He also can't play offense and defense. That's what they said about Tom Brady, right?
He's not running that. You can't. Not a winner. He's not winning none of those games.
Same with your beloved Cincinnati Bengals. It doesn't matter how many points y'all put up. It don't matter if you can't stop the other team on the other side.
Oh yeah, that was this year, but we also went to the Super Bowl with the worst offensive line in football.
I know.
Purdy could never.
We actually
never.
No, we actually did have the worst offensive line when we went to the Super Bowl. Yes. Outside of Trent Williams, who else was stable on that line, bro?
You didn't.
Come on now.
Who do we have? Name one person off my offensive line.
Kane.
You named the best player. You named the best offensive tackle in football.
And followed by 4 guys that wouldn't be starting on any other offensive line in the league.
To be starting on the Bengals.
I doubt it.
Be starting on the Bengals.
I guarantee you, boy. Golden McKivitz, no way. He'd be on the bench. But that's the casualties of the game, man. You can't be elite in all other spots. There has to be a deficiency somewhere. That's why the salary cap is in place. But I like that though, man. You came out spicy. You came out
Nah, because
love loaded out the
you need to
gate,
humble
man.
your fucking self. Like Purdy is not him. Purdy was never that guy. Purdy will never be that guy. He has never been that guy. Ever. Ever. And like I'll say this. I respect you riding for your boys. Because I know for a fact if he played on another team, you'll say he's trash with me. He's not him. Nothing about his game. He anticipates his throws. That's the only reason he hits the windows. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's not a great athlete. He does not have a strong arm. All of his throws are based off anticipation.
Okay.
All of them. Because he doesn't have an arm. He doesn't have an arm.
Okay.
You can disagree all you want, but that's what it is. He's not him.
He's definitely got the arm. I mean, the guy
doesn't.
The guy's got a multitude of passes and 25 plus yards, bro. Just because
he has the weakest arm for any starting quarterback in football.
The cap.
Name someone with a weaker arm. Name someone with a weaker arm.
Tua's got a weaker arm than him,
Bullshit.
bro. What are we talking about?
Bullshit.
Stop this.
You're crazy.
Stop this, bro.
You're crazy. A weaker arm? Tua has a weaker arm? You're crazy, bro.
As far as I'm concerned, Russell Wilson has a weaker arm than him.
Crazy. Prettiest deep ball in football. Crazy.
And when's
prettiest deep ball? Last year. He still threw a pretty deep ball. He still threw a pretty deep ball to Pickens. Prettiest deep ball in football.
Well, we're going to see what happens this season. We still got a lot to go through, But, we got a lot to go
y'all not making the playoffs again.
Yeah, okay. I'll cover whatever you want to put on that.
You're not. You lost 3 pieces on the defense because you got to play Brock Purdy. You lost Debo. You're not sure about MCM. Did you just shrug your shoulder?
CMC. Yes, I did shrug my shoulders at Debo, bro. Because
that's crazy.
The numbers don't lie.
Jennings ain't gonna be him now that he's there and has to be number 2.
But
Ricky Parcells is not gonna take off the way that you think he is.
Okay.
George Kittle is one of them, not one of those. I will give you that on George. He is one of them, not one of those. He is a all-purpose tight end. He is great. You better hope Trent come back, because if Trent don't come back, it's really gonna get ugly for y'all.
Trent's gonna come back, bro.
If he don't come back, it's really gonna get ugly for y'all.
He's going to come back.
Y'all got Warner on defensive side. Y'all putting all y'all stock in is it Mustafa, whatever his name is.
Who had a productive
you putting your stock in him. You putting your stock in him.
Yep. We're like a safety factory. Like, we produce guys at that safety position. That's how that goes, right? That's how that goes.
Factory?
Safety factory. Come on now.
Factory?
Factory, bro. It's a safety factory, bro.
Who has come from the factory?
Talanoa Hufanga came from that factory. He would not gotten cashed out if you didn't produce on that defense.
Name somebody else from the factory.
Well, Deshaun Gibson was a late addition to the team, but again, he put up productive numbers, even though he was on the back end of his career for them. Jair Brown was taking over for them, also was putting up numbers. And again, Malik Mustafa would have had a full season if he would have stayed healthy.
Shoulda.
That's all good though, bro. I know what the situation is. Shoulda. You sound like them same clowns that he ain't gonna get to no Super Bowl. It was that he got to the playoffs.
Not with him being the driving force. It won't happen.
It'll happen, bro.
It won't. Not Proc. Y'all just repeating the cycle. This cycle has repeated itself. Every single time your quarterback get a new little contract, he gonna end up getting hurt. Next nigga go step in, and the cycle is gonna repeat itself. It happens. Garoppolo, Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith.
Now you
the cycle just repeats itself. The cycle just repeats itself. The cycle just repeats itself.
Irrelevant.
The only time the cycle worked was with Joe Montana to Steve Young. But you had Jerry Rice.
Stop this,
But you had Jerry Rice being the bridge.
Nonsense.
That ends, bro. It ends, bro. Purdy is not him. There's nothing about Purdy's game. There's no way in hell you go. I'm gonna even go to the underwear Olympics. There's no way in hell you go out and you see him against any other starting quarterback. Like, hey, that's my guy.
You really want to do this again, bro?
That's my guy.
I'm going to dedicate one episode where we're going to get this off the table. I'm going to prove it to you again.
We can get it off. We can get it off. He's not.
He is.
He's not.
The numbers back it up, bro.
He's not a top 10 quarterback.
He is. He was still putting up elite numbers, even though they did not have a winning record last season.
10
He's a top 10
quarterback in the National Football League.
He is.
He is not.
Definitely is.
He's not.
It's all good though, bro. Hey,
he doesn't have the talent. So
he's got the talent.
Is he L-Jack?
We know that he's not. We know
is he better than Allen?
We know that he's not.
Is he better than Burrow?
No.
Is he better than Herbert?
That remains to be seen.
Crazy. End of the conversation. Like, that's how delusional you are. You just said.
Hold on.
No. You just said he's better than Herbert. You just said he's better than Herbert. That's crazy. That ends the conversation. He's better than Herbert. It's crazy.
What has he done? What has Justin Herbert done since he's been in the league? Tell me. You pull.
Be a better quarterback.
He has not.
He has not had a better. He has not had all the weapons that Purdy has had. He has not had the offensive line. He has not had the offense. He has not had the offensive line that Purdy has had. He has not had the running game that Purdy has had.
Receiving core at one point of what Brock Purdy did.
What?
He actually had it. Come on now.
An aging Keenan Allen, right? A banged up Mike Williams. That's what you call him. A better.
They were still putting up numbers.
Why were they putting up numbers?
They were still producing.
Why were they putting up numbers?
They were still producing.
Why were they putting up numbers? Who was throwing them the ball? Who was throwing them the ball?
They were better receivers than what Brock. Yeah, that's cool.
Who?
That's cool. That's cool. But it was Keenan Allen not putting up numbers before they drafted Herbert?
Was who? Keenan was.
Okay.
Keenan was. Yeah. Keenan. I just said Keenan.
Yeah, we know that.
Who was all pro? Who's an all pro receiver for the 49ers?
Let's see. A few years ago, Deebo Samuel hasn't been one in 3 years.
And 6 years ago, Keenan Allen was an all pro. So what are we talking about? Tomatoes. Nah, don't shake your head now. Don't shake your head now. Don't shake your head now. Don't shake your head now.
I'm gonna definitely shake my head.
Nah, don't shake your head now. 6 years ago, maybe even 7. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Still established. But here's the thing: Allen's numbers didn't tail off like Deebo Samuel numbers tailed off. And go
because of injury?
No, stop.
Because of injury?
Stop it.
So Deebo's been healthy.
He has not been healthy the whole way. No.
Okay, so that would mean if you're not healthy, that means that you had what?
He missed time.
No. Answer that question. No. Not an explanation. If he wasn't healthy, that means he was what? He was what?
I'm going to answer it the way
he was what? No. I asked a direct question. If he wasn't healthy, that means he was injured.
He missed significant time 2 seasons ago. He played pretty much all of last year, and his numbers were still down.
Pretty much means what? That he missed what?
No.
Pretty much means he missed what?
Again, he barely missed time.
Did he miss games?
What? Like 2 or 3 games?
Did he miss games? Did he miss games?
Versus them their whole season before that.
Did he miss games? Yes or no question.
He missed 2 or 3 games, bro.
Just answer the question. Yes or no?
Yep.
Why? Why did he miss games?
Stop this, man.
No. Why did he miss games?
Stop this, man.
No. Why did he miss games?
We're moving on, bro.
No. Why did he miss games?
Moving on, bro.
I just want you to answer the question. Why did he miss games?
I'm not going to answer it, man.
Because he was
doing this, bro.
Hey, everybody say it with me. Because he was hurt.
We're not.
He was injured.
We're not doing.
He was hurt. He was injured. Like Zay said, he was hurt and injured. That's a factual statement.
And
that's an opinion.
His stats progressively got worse from season to season. On top of that, if you go tell the story,
based off of injuries.
Because he played more games last year than what he did in the previous 2 seasons. Yes, it does matter. Yes, it does matter.
Playing hurt.
Stop it. Stop it, bro.
Playing hurt.
Stop this.
Your production is going to drop. I know that.
Stop this nonsense.
You know that.
Stop it.
Anybody that's ever played football knows that. You're stretching
the point here, bro.
No, it's not stretching the point. I'm giving you the point. The point is he was hurt. He was hurt.
You're stretching it.
He was hurt and played hurt.
You're stretching it.
He was hurt and played hurt.
You're stretching it.
Christian McCaffrey was injured all season and was still hurt when he came back versus Buffalo. And he re-aggravated the injury. He played hurt. It didn't work. He went back out.
No,
they're hurt.
No.
They're hurt.
You're not going to do that.
They're hurt.
No, Deebo missed 2 or 3 games, and he was playing at 100% capacity when he came back, bro. You're not going to do that.
No, there's a difference when you playing 100% in your role.
Nothing.
He never re-aggravated anything
during last season. No, he did not.
So why did he miss time?
He got hurt for 2 or 3 games. He came back and played at full capacity. Your boy was out there dropping passes to his own admission. Stop that. No,
you don't miss games. You don't miss games when you're not hurt.
We know that.
Right. So he was hurt.
So what happened when he came back then?
His production dropped off. Because he was hurt. He still played.
But he wasn't producing before he got hurt.
He still played.
He was still dropping balls before he got hurt.
So when Deebo is a bona fide 2 in Washington this year, I don't want to hear nothing from you.
He'll be a gadget player in Washington, but sure.
He's a gadget player for y'all. That's how he became an all-pro player. What are you talking about? That's Debo.
Yep.
Like, the fact that you even say that is crazy.
If you really think he's going to be like put up all-pro numbers for Washington,
I didn't say all-pro. Don't put words in my mouth. I said the number 2 option. That's what he's going to be.
Hey,
he's not better than Terry right now. He's not better than Terry McLaurin.
We'll see what he does up there in Washington.
So are you legit to say
he's not going to put up the same kind of numbers that we did when he was an all-pro?
All right. So is Ayuk going to be ready week 1?
No, he won't. We know that already.
All right. So are you saying that Brandon Jennings is capable of being a 1?
Jawan Jennings. Let's be
Jawan Jennings. Okay. Jawan Jennings, is he capable of being a 1?
I never said none of that either.
I just asked the question. I just want to.
I don't know. He hasn't been in that role totally to be a full number 1.
Do you think he could be a 1?
I think he could be a number 1 if the game scheme is built to make him a number 1 player, which the 49ers have done. They have tailored their scheme to put guys in number 1 player positions, like they did Debo before they drafted Brandon Ayuk, like how they did Brandon Ayuk when Debo's production started to fall off, like they wanted to for Ricky Pearsall.
Ayuk was never a 1.
He was a 1 for us. He was the one for us.
Never the one.
He was the one for us.
He was never the one.
He was the one for us, bro.
He's never been the one. He was the one for us, bro. No, it was Debo and Kittle.
No, false. False.
When was the last time? When did he lead the league and lead y'all's team in receptions?
The year we went to the Super Bowl.
Are you sure? It wasn't
Kittle?
I know
that for a fact. Plus he did. Yes, it was not Kittle.
It wasn't Kittle?
It was not Kittle. Go look it up. It's not. Sure. Bro, he had over. I'm guarantee you he wasn't.
I know he had more yards than Debo.
He did not have more catches than Kittle, bro.
So you saying that Ayuk is a bona fide 1? He deserved that contract.
He deserved that contract. Yep.
Crazy.
Sure. Hey, you're entitled to.
And it will never pan out.
That's fine.
It's a reason y'all didn't want to pay him the number 1 money.
No, it's because we're trying to build a Super Bowl contender. There's a difference.
Yeah, and you just threw that away by paying $53 million to Brock Purdy.
Sure. Hey, team-friendly contract. We got plenty of cap space that'll be available for
what
this
other quarterback?
season.
What other quarterback that you're saying is a top 10 quarterback has a team-friendly contract?
I don't know because I don't follow other teams' contracts like that. I know about our situation. I know for a fact that how this contract is structured is going to allow us to have cap flexibility for this upcoming season.
The reason
we're going to have $25 million to play around with to continue to build a team around him this season. Then we have to assess and see over the next couple seasons. We are not going to front load and give somebody a bloated contract while our team is struggling and cap restricted, like how the Dallas Cowboys have done with Dak Prescott. They have no hope or no future. They have no extra strategy from that contract but to eat it. Same with the Cleveland Browns. Hey. They have no extra strategy but to mess around and eat money if it doesn't work out.
Hey.
Maybe that's bullshit. No, that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
In essence, you're saying that you can cut bait if it doesn't work.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
No, I didn't say they were. I said they could. They can cut bait and not have a crazy cap penalty.
No. See there's where you're adding extra dialogue to the shit. You're adding extra dialogue. When I say team friendly, it's because they will have the ability to restructure if necessary because he is playing for team friendly ball. You know who else played team friendly ball when it came time to get their contract set up and he took a team favorable deal? You know, some guy that, they call the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. He constantly took on flexible deals to allow them to build a contender around him.
No, and that's a completely different situation.
No,
that's like 100% completely different situation. No, it is.
It's not.
It is. No, it is.
Not,
One, he took it because of off the field factors. The fact that he was the broke person in a relationship because Giselle made 10 times more money than he did. So he actually can do that. That's one. Everybody isn't in that position. That's one. And we're not going to ignore that factor. Not going to ignore it. Two, he ain't fucking Tom Brady. So don't even bring Tom Brady up in this discussion. He's nothing like Tom Brady. The fact that you even said that is crazy. No, don't compare. No, don't put him in the same damn sentence.
I'm going to do that.
Don't put him in the same sentence. No, he's not Tom Brady. He hasn't done that. He hasn't earned his money. He's not him. He's not him.
That's exactly.
He's not.
That is
him,
exactly.
He's not him.
Exactly what Tom did for his franchise.
No, he didn't.
If you can either be in this for the money and be in it to get every single penny of what you're worth, and have a team that's going to be built around you that's going to struggle, a la the Dallas Cowboys. You can be the highest paid quarterback and go absolutely nowhere and be the third or fourth team in your division. Or you can play team ball and you can put yourself in position to allow a team to build a contender around you. That's any sports league. But most guys are in it for the money, right?
Every player is in it for the money.
No, every player's not necessarily in it for. Not necessarily. No.
Every player is in it for the money.
Not all the time, bro.
No, every player is in it for the money.
They're in it to get paid, but you know what I mean.
That is their job. Like,
you know what I'm saying.
No, every player is in it for the money, bro. Every player. Like let's cut that. Every player is in it for the money. I'm not cutting
that. No.
Every player is in it for the money.
That's bullshit. Then why do guys take on incentive-laden deals instead of taking on fully guaranteed deals?
Because that's the NFL. Everything's not fully guaranteed.
But there are several guys that take on incentive-laden deals to help the team
to stay in the league, to earn money.
Yeah, to also help.
So they don't got to go be an insurance salesman, an insurance agent. Yes, they're in it for the money.
Yeah, they also are in it to help the team out too.
For the money, bro. Like there's no cutting it any other way.
Yes, there is plenty of ways to cut that.
They're all in it for the money.
Yes.
These days, everybody is in it for the money, and we all know that. And it's fine. It's not a bad thing. If we could do it, if we both could do it, we would do it.
No, that's cool. You can take a fully guaranteed contract like how Deshaun Watson did, get cashed out, and put the team in salary cap hell. You can do what Dak Prescott did, and your team's going to stink and be deficient in a multitude of areas. Or you can be the unselfish guy, take a contract, have plenty of incentives tied to it to allow the team to build and give you weapons in order to be productive.
What weapons can y'all get with Brock Purdy's contract right now?
Again, we got plenty of options, bro. We got $25 million in cap space heading into the season.
What weapons can y'all go get?
Who knows? Anybody could be on the trading block by the time the season starts. Somebody could get cut. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we can.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I know. No, you're not going to tell me what I know about the team, bro. You're not going to sit here and be like, no, we can't based off of that. No, you didn't. No, I
definitely just told you.
You're
not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You can't do it.
Yes, you can. Because there's no telling what could happen by midway through the season goes here. Somebody could be on the trading block. Somebody could be like, you know what, we're going to just blow it up, start getting ready to, trade away somebody for draft picks and get ready to blow it up altogether. Anybody can be available, or contract negotiations can be. Well, I mean, that is the reason why George Pickens got traded to Dallas, right? Because contract negotiations were not going well. Pittsburgh pays the position and not the player. They shipped him out for draft compensation. Well, anything can happen.
Well, he has character issues that they've known from the beginning.
They always bring in guys that got character issues. They always do.
No, and he's been an issue. So they trade away the headache. They trade away the headache.
Mm-hmm. And like they always do, because they pay the position and not the player.
No, and because he hasn't truly performed up to getting $30 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't.
But the stats says it, right?
No, I don't think he do. No,
that's fair. Okay, that's your opinion, right?
No, like his stats are not a number one. His stats are not of a true number one.
Okay.
One. It's also because of the system. He doesn't get enough looks.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Yeah, he does.
That plus the quarterback situation.
And he's very Braylon Edwards-esque, meaning he'll make a circus catch, but then not catch the easy pass.
That's true.
So no, I don't think he's a true number one now. I don't. Yeah, I don't think Pickens is a one. Yeah, so you can eat crow on that one.
I'm not eating nothing.
He's never been a number one.
I'm not eating nothing.
Ever.
He was a number one for that team based off of that system, right?
He has number one ability, but he's not there yet.
But he had to be number one for that team, even though they were a mess offensively.
And now he definitely won't get there playing in Dallas.
Well, we know that because they got CeeDee Lamb. We know that.
That you finally admitted is a one. Appreciate it.
We're not, bro. Why is you bringing up old stuff? We supposed to be talking about current events. You just being petty. You showing off because we're going live right now.
Appreciate it.
You trying to show off because we're going live. CeeDee is the number one for that team. The guy average can get double-digit catches in a game. I mean, what other teams are force-feeding people like 10 to 15 targets a game like that?
Minnesota, Cincy, Chargers, Arizona.
Mm-hmm. All teams you called off because they're deficient in one area, run game. They can't run the ball effectively, so they have to force-feed those guys like that. But hey, you know what? It's going to work out great. Y'all got arguably the best quarterback in the league talent-wise in Joe Burrow.
Yep, y'all got arguably the worst damn defense, and I got us winning 9 to 10 games.
We'll see.
We did 9, but still, this past year, we did 9.
Mm-hmm. How'd that work out?
9 and 8, not making the playoffs. How I got us damn near similar this year because we didn't address the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But
we
you
paid
got,
T
but you got,
Higgins.
but you
And we
got.
paid T Higgins when I didn't want us to pay T Higgins.
Okay, why didn't you want to pay T Higgins?
Because he's expendable and we need defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So why lock it up into $30 million into a secondary receiver when you have deficiencies on your defense?
That's a great
I
question.
never agree with that.
That's a great
I
question.
never agree with that.
That's fair.
But see, I can acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the one that was to go. If you go pay one of the two, you pay Chase, you pay Uno.
But why did they pay him?
Why did they pay who?
Why did they pay T Higgins?
Because they're fucking stupid. Yeah, our ownership is terrible.
Got you.
Yeah, that's why. And because they claim that Joe Burrow wanted them. Okay, that's cool that he wanted them, but the issue's been defense, and we didn't address it.
But they're also doing what they're supposed to do to make sure they keep their star healthy.
He would have been happy. He would have been happy regardless.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day, it's a business. He's already locked up.
It's a business.
No,
okay.
For Higgins, yes, and that's not even a contradictory because
not necessarily was
because we have a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need two $30 million receivers.
But your quarterback felt that you needed that in order for him.
He can feel that way all he wants. Y'all had two $25 million receivers. Did y'all get your Super Bowl?
Keyword had.
Right. But why is it?
We got to the Super Bowl.
But why so did we?
We got to the Super Bowl. And again,
we got to the Super Bowl with them as well.
The same way
and lost just like you.
Yep. The same way you felt T. Higgins is expendable and he did not deserve that money is the same reason why Debo had to go. He was expendable.
You can say that all you want. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But who did you bring in to replace him? You think Ricky's going to replace all of his production?
We'll see what happens.
Juwan Jennings is going to replace all of his production?
We'll see what happens. Juwan Jennings had a
he had a couple of good games. I'm not going to deny that.
He had a career year versus what he did before that.
Yes, he had a career.
Yeah, he had a breakout years. And granted, it was at the expense of other guys not putting up numbers. Ayuk being out and Debo's production falling off.
Injuries.
No, Debo's production falling off.
Injuries.
And dropping passes.
Being hurt. It happened.
Not having breakaway speed.
Who doesn't have breakaway speed?
Debo doesn't. He doesn't have good separation speed. We literally, if you go through the stats, we were ranked 30th in the league in separation by receivers.
And how did you fix that this year?
We let Debo go.
Okay, how did you fix it?
We let Debo go.
So you're telling me Debo?
We've drafted guys.
So Debo's the only reason.
We're betting on Ricky Pearsall
off separation. You're going off separation. So you're saying Juwan Jennings is just this crazy separator?
I didn't say that. I did not say
exactly.
that.
That's my point. So how did you fix it? Who did you go get to create that separation?
They're going young. They're going with rookies. They're going with draft picks.
So
they're going to bring guys in.
Who did they bring in? The draft already happened. Free agency already happened.
That's fine. The only person I know of any name right now that they brought in was DeMarcus Robinson. But again,
he's not a separator either. So how did you fix the issue?
We'll see what happens, bro. Same way y'all didn't fix y'all's defense. You just going to roll with what you got and see what happens, right?
It's gonna be trash.
Okay then.
And I'm not
gonna say our offense will be trash.
And we hired a defensive coordinator that I don't think we should hire. And Al Golden. So yeah. I am very critical of the Bengals. We hired somebody we should not have hired. That did not fix the issue. I wasn't even
gonna bring that up, man. We've gotten so far off subject, but
we're realist. It is what it is. We should not have hired him. But yeah, enough of football talk.
Yeah, because we all off schedule, man.
We ain't off schedule.
We are definitely on schedule, man.
We on schedule.
We are not on. We are on schedule, sir. But it's all.
We on schedule because we make the schedule.
No, man.
But now, segueing into basketball. What you want to go? Western Conference Final or Eastern Conference first?
Football's the greatest.
Hey, you want to get back on the schedule? Go ahead.
God, we have to, man, because we didn't.
Right. So, Western Conference Final or Eastern Conference Final?
Nah, let's start with the East because that's where we were intending to go until we deployed the back end of our segment earlier.
Well, I said to say the best for last. I was talking about the Eastern Conference Final going last, and you just jumped to Purdy. I was like, oh, that's
I did not, man. But you know it sounded
I said say the best for last.
Well, that was the best for last, but it sounded like you wanted to. I don't know. Anyways,
yeah, if that was the case, you misread the room because I literally was talking about going Wolves first, but you jump straight to Purdy.
No, I actually was trying to talk about the Pacers. When you go
Right.
back and
I was saying say them for last, and you jump to Purdy. I said say the
nah,
best for last.
I was
I was
just
talking about
following.
going Wolves first.
Oh no,
But that's all.
I was following the outline, brother. But anyway, back to the NBA. We are, of course, down to the final four here, and I want to go right into the hottest topic. I definitely want to talk about the Pacers and the Knicks, man, because this, if y'all did not watch the game, let's just say that this should have been a runaway game for the New York Knicks, but unfortunately, due to, I don't know, bad coaching, dead legs, foul trouble, feeling a little too confident, feeling themselves. With 6 minutes left in this game, the Knicks had a 17-point lead. With 2 minutes left in the game, they still had a 12-point lead. With 52 seconds left in the game, they still had a 9-point lead. And somehow, that game should have been over in regulation, but, our boy Tyrese Halliburton apparently got the, had too big of the feats.
Yeah, you had the Kevin Durant syndrome.
It,
Size
it,
16.
and what makes that so bad is that was such a beautiful moment. Him hitting that shot. It looks like it's for the game. Him throwing up the choke signal, pointing to Reggie Miller, who just so happened to be calling that game. If y'all know who Reggie Miller is, of course, he is the Indiana Pacers legend who was famous for ripping the hearts out of Knicks fans while in the Garden. I mean, just go back to watch the ESPN 30 for 30 Miller time. You can see
For
plenty of
sure.
evidence of him torturing Knicks fans, specifically Spike Lee, Knicks super fan, with that choke icon as he famously put up those ridiculous amounts of points in hardly any seconds. I think I want to say it was like 9 points in 13 seconds or something crazy.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. And
9 to
stole a game
13.
from him too. So, but
Yep.
Tyrese Halliburton, man, I want to give this dude his flowers because and
Everybody
this
said
is
he
a
had taken
rumor.
a step back.
They said he had taken a step
Everybody.
back. There was even rumors to where his NBA peers were on the record for voting him as the most overrated player in the league. And I don't know if that's true or not, but if that is a legit thing that happened, I see why now he started off a little lackadaisical this season and has came on. He's gone full blown nuclear this postseason and to close this season.
Like, what's crazy is
Mm-hmm.
people say, okay, in the regular season, stat wise, he actually did take a step back from last year. Also, his first All Star year. However, in 2 minutes or less in the fourth quarter, in shots to tie it or take the lead, he is 12 or 14 on those attempts this year. There's nobody else that efficient in the clutch in the last 2 minutes. Like nobody. And I know the clutch player of the year and Brunson is on the opposite side. He showed up game one. They didn't lose because of him. If I'm not mistaken, he dropped 40. Dropped 40 game one. While being in foul trouble, missing time, chunks of game, like chunks of time during the game. He only played 38 minutes versus, Josh Hart's 44. Mikal Bridges played 46. OG played 42. He played 38 because he had 5 fouls. He was in foul trouble and still had 43 points. So, yeah, Hallie definitely took a step back, as I was stating, but I think people was writing him off too quick as far as saying that he's not legit. I think he's definitely proved that in the playoffs. It's somewhat Jimmy Bucket-esque from what we've seen in the past when it comes to the playoffs and the way that he's performed late in not just this series in game one, but what he did in the second round and in the first round. If y'all remember, he hit a very similar shot. What was it, game 3 versus the Cavs? That driving in, then run back out to the 3-point line. Actually, no, he didn't drive in. It was a free throw. He missed the free throw, got the rebound, and ran to the 3 and hit the game winner. So he's been very clutch so far in the
Very
playoffs.
much.
And yeah, he's putting the Pacers on their back, and he's even doing it again tonight as we're recording. As they've taken the lead in New York again. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous.
It definitely is. I mean, And I'll be the first to admit I've been the number one like detractor for them as far as not thinking that they were going to be able to rip through the East, and especially at this impressive of a rate at this point, man. But it just seems like they're a team that's motivated, man. They've been motivated by all the doubters, all the people like just kind of thinking like me, man, thinking like, no, y'all too deficient in certain areas. You don't have a lot of height. You really ain't got elite like big play, but it's like they got just enough from those other guys at those other positions. And man, it's proven how big of a leader the Halliburton is, man. To galvanize those troops, man. I mean, for Miles Turner to be in a contract year and be playing this solid, just doing what he does, blocking shots, helping out with rebounding, stretching the floor, man. Then you got Siakam, who's proven the doubters wrong. Because I know I was one of those people that thought once he was out of Toronto, I'm like, I don't think this guy's a max caliber kind of player. But he's
I still don't think he's a max caliber player, but he's a good piece to have on a championship bound team, not as being the one option. Even the second option is questionable, but that's what he is right now. I say that and I make that face because like they don't really have a true one, like offensive scorer. They do it by committee.
Yeah.
So like I guess you could say Halliburton is the one, but he's really the facilitator. So they don't have like that dominant score. Yeah. Like they do it by committee because we seen Halliburton do it, and now tonight, Siakam, as we just mentioned, got 32.
By CP.
Yeah, so he got 32 right now.
And how much time is left in that game?
Just under 10 minutes, about to be 9. He got 32 on 13 to 18.
And so
and then last game it was Aaron Nesmith, 8 of 9 for 3, hit 6 straight, like very Steph-esque. Like
let the guns go.
Like he had a fully loaded Tommy gun and was letting it go. I mean, like I don't know if you actually got to watch it. It was like when you play 2K and you play against a dude that got like a Zen. For y'all know that it's a device that helps you cheat. But
Titan 2 and just over $100 on Amazon.
Like, and when they shoot, contested, don't matter. All green bean, nothing but the bottom of the net. And that's the way it was in the last 2 minutes. He single-handedly brought him back, and then he brought him back, and then Halliburton knocked the door down. So
very good, boy, because man, I missed a good portion of the game, but I did tune in the fourth quarter. So I'm like, okay, Knicks got this, listen to some folks, what I'm saying, talking about they parlays and they bets and all that, and they thinking the Knicks got it in the bag, and a couple of people waiting on Karl Anthony Towns to.
Brunson messed up my parlay. Everybody else got it. Hey, man.
So you were another one of the Brunson victims from that game,
bro. You know what pisses me off about it even more, bro?
What's that, sir?
What pisses me off the most about it is Brunson's a point guard. And he entered the game with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter with 5 assists. I needed 1 assist, bro. He did not know. He like playing with that gunner on 2K that don't know the A button.
Hey.
Don't know X. He don't pass.
Are you saying he has all 4 X buttons and no A button on his controller?
Oh, for sure. He's even reconfigured the turbo button to be shoot.
Not the button remapping. You got the elite controller, the button remapping it.
Oh, for sure. That's what he got. Because to go 10 minutes of basketball being a point guard and not even like in a shot at an assist. Like I'll take it back. He had 1 shot. And I think it caught OG by surprise because he fumbled it. Fumbled and bumbled it. Lost me 5, honey. Would have turned 10 into 5. It crushed my soul. But yeah, he was a parlay killer because he wouldn't pass the ball, but he got everybody's points. Everybody that took his over on points, you cashed that. I don't know what to make of this series because if the Knicks don't win tonight, I don't want to say sweep, but it ain't gonna look good going back to Indy, bro.
Sweep.
It may be a gentleman's sweep. 5. Well, actually, it ain't gentleman's because gentleman's sweep is you lose the first one and win the next 4. So they may wrap it up in 5, but it's gonna be tough, man.
You know, I was so tempted to hit you with the Lakers in 5 right there, but unfortunately the Lakers are in Cancun, so it might be
Bruh.
Pacers in 5.
It might be Pacers in 5.
Might be Pacers in 4, boy, because, man, you going out 0-2 back to Indy?
Yeah, because, bro, like, because they getting it however they want. Like, it's a different player. Like, Neesmith only got 7 this game. He had 30 last. Halliburton only got 11, 31. Siakam got 35 now, so he gonna hit another 3. Like, TJ McConnell got 10 off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking good, bro.
Crazy. Hey, shout out to one of our followers, man, with the hilarious comment there, highlighting one of Zay's takes there. Just had to bring that in.
Oh yeah, it's the Underwear Olympics. Everybody that don't know, that's the NFL Combine, where they put you in skin tight shorts and make you run a 40 and parade you out
Singlets.
in front of the owners and the scouts. Like the quote Colin Kaepernick, like the slave trade. But it's just people out there in shorts, spandex, and crop tops.
Spandex. Where's the spandex?
That's all it is, man. But yeah. Um
We're getting back on subject.
but yes, also, can we talk about Cat? Like, how does Cat always find his way to cook versus the Pacers? Like,
Well, that goes back to kind of like what my doubts were about them going up against the Knicks. I know the Knicks have gotten. They just seem it like on paper. It looks like the Knicks has the better team. Like they got the established wings. They got the two-way wings. They got two bigs. Like one's elite defensively and Robinson. Cat's
other one's
supposed,
elite offensively.
yeah, Cat's elite offensively because we know he's still allergic to defense, even though he's playing with Thibodeau. But
Stop. Stop.
pish tosh. But nonetheless, man, like no Cat. I mean, I'm glad to see it because it's showing that that was my problem with him in Minnesota. I felt that he was too passive in Minnesota and that he simply couldn't do what he needed to do when it really counted to take advantage of those matchups. But it doesn't matter who the Pacers throw on him, man. He seems to always like catch switches at the right time and go to work, man. Like and one thing I like is that he's not just settling for 3-point shots, man. He's showing what a big man's supposed to do. Get inside the arc, post up, and let's see what some post work. Let's see a post fade. Let's see some work around the rim. Let's see some face up for a game. He's not just living out there on a 3-point line, which I love that. You know what I mean? Because he could easily be doing that, especially when they run those lineups with Mitchell Robinson being out there on the floor. Because he's no outside threat whatsoever. But it's just
He's not a threat outside 10 feet.
exactly.
So, and I don't know how they always find. Well, he's a great defender, but like how they find minutes to allow him on the court because how bad he is offensively. Like the hacker Shack, the hacker Robinson is in full effect, and it probably would you say he's a worse free throw shooter than Shaq? Or no, because I don't know. It's neck and neck, man. Like
it's close. It's close because I want to say he's hovering around like 50%, and we know Shaq on a good day was like low 50s, high 40s, but nonetheless, none of them was as bad as Ben Robinson. Not Ben Robinson, Ben Wallace.
I don't know, man. Like what the crazy thing about Shaq, if he shot 70%, he would have been averaging 40 some years probably.
Which is crazy because we've seen Shaq do that in like moments, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
Consistently doesn't happen.
no, it just never happened. He's never get like I could probably count the times on one hand where I've seen him average over 70% from a line in a series. It's usually like 71 game because he's got a point to prove, and all of a sudden he just I don't know, man. I don't
He
know.
said he can't flick his wrist.
That and the ball, like bro, like I thought about it. Like those cats got like such big mitts, bro. It's like they like for us it's like natural. Like we're constantly like letting that joint fly, but it's because we don't have the mitts that those boys got, man. They're like fingers are like encompassing over 60% of the ball when they're shooting. So it's like they're trying to shoot a shot put versus like us like naturally having like the follow through to be able to consistently knock it down. Or like trying to shoot that nerve ball in the trash can basket. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different dynamic for him, man. I think that plus you got Herculean strength in most cases like those guys. They just simply can't find the rim consistently.
For sure. Let's see who else? Oh, Brunson up 29 tonight and 10 assists. Got Brunson, 10 assists, passing the ball.
For now.
Bring it. Oh, yeah. When he gets inside 3 minutes, that ball ain't moving. That ball ain't moving.
He gonna have that thing on the string and be trying to let that chopper sing.
Yeah, but I think, like you were saying, on paper, Knicks. I think it's easy the Knicks have the better starting five on paper, because the issue really is the bench right now.
That
like
plus,
they don't have the scores off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Like people be maybe like, oh, McBride, but McBride is very streaky.
Mm-hmm.
He's very hit or miss.
Yep.
And like, for instance, they're running a rotation of 8. They're only rotating 3 people off their bench right now. The Knicks are, versus the Pacers, who are running an 11-man rotation. They have
what that means,
6 players coming off their bench today.
You know
so
what that
far.
means? You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen?
Fresh legs.
Fresh legs, which has been the number one criticism of Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau dating back to his days with the Chicago Bulls. Defensive mind, defensive genius. He runs his players into the ground. Case in point, look at how Joakim Noah fell off the face of the earth. Ironically, when he signed that arguably one of the worst NBA contracts in history with the New York Knicks in that terrible offseason. Luol Deng also signed an equally ghastly contract with your beloved Los Angeles Lakers that they took them about extra 10 years total after they amnestied him and stretched that joint out.
We ain't got to talk about that. He's the NBA's Bobby Bellina.
Like, the fact that they just got that contract off the books like a year ago is disgusting. Like, man's damn near ain't played in a decade. Or at least hasn't played effective basketball in a decade. But
like I said, Bobby Bellina. I think Bobby Bellina was on. Yeah, they were paying him for 25 years after he was done, bro. 25 years, bro. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to be on somebody's payroll for 25 years and never show up a day for work for 25 years.
That means you got a milli plus on the books, the checks in the bank.
That was his thing. Like, Bellina was $1 million a year for 25 years, bro.
Bobby Bonilla, yes, sir.
But yeah, like, what's your prediction? Like, your real prediction, not what it could be. Like, how do you see the series going?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got Pacers in 5 at this point, man.
Like, that's possibly how you see 4.
Yeah, possibly. Like, realistically, I got Pacers in 5, man. They've proven that they're not afraid, that they can clearly get W's in New York. Like, home court advantage really just does. It's not a factor right now for the Knicks, man. And I think, going back to the point that you brought up that I was going to get into, Thibs is going to have to learn to go. Like, I get it, shorter. Like, he can't even use that excuse. The guy never, ever uses his bench. And this is even going back to the regular season. His stars are constantly north of 35 minutes on average. In some cases, north of 40 minutes, bro. Like, he runs his guys into the ground. You wonder why they have injuries, and you wonder why they can't close the key moments. Their legs are dead. They have dead legs. The reason why I'm going to say that, I take that back to the 2016 playoffs. And this goes back to when the Warriors had the epic collapse of losing that final series to the Cleveland Cavs and blowing a 3-1 lead. Everybody, mama, know the Warriors should have finished them off. That series should have been over with in Game 5 going back to Golden State. You can say injuries, Draymond getting suspended, whatever. What that really came down to was
that doesn't account for 3 games.
Right, that doesn't account for 3 games. You can't tell me that they should not have rested their guys towards the end of that season. They wanted that record so bad. They should have been sitting guys, and they should have had guys getting quality rest. You're trying to play for a championship. Why are you chasing a record that means nothing? And on top of that, now it means doubly nothing because you have the best regular season record, but you lost a championship that you had by in a chokehold. You should have beat the Cavs flat out. So I say that to say, you have to manage minutes. You have to use guys, man. You got to trust your team, bro. Why pay these guys these bucks if you're not going to use your depth? That's how you build a contender. It is strength in numbers. You have to be able to potentially at least go 10 to 11 deep if you need to. But just to sit there and adamantly go like 8 deep, bro, and then honestly, and I think the only reason why 8 guys are constantly rotation is because they got into foul trouble in Game 1 for real. We're gonna keep it a beat. Jalen.
I think they went a little deeper than 8 Game 1 because I seen Precious Achua in the game. Mm-hmm. I ain't seen him all postseason. Who else did I see? Game 1. Like I seen Precious. That's really all extra I've seen. Like Cameron Payne has been pretty consistent, spotty minutes. McBride is the biggest. McBride and Robinson are the biggest ones off the bench. Yeah, I don't think they may have just went Precious, bro. Extra. So they went 9 instead of 8. But I think Pacers went 12 or 11. I mean 12 or maybe even 13 because like Thomas Bryant got in. I ain't seen him play in a long time. Like he played like minutes, like 10 minutes or so. You know they got Mathurin. They like the Ben Shepherd kid. TJ McConnell, obviously. And let's just talk about him because it's one of the reasons I kind of was watching. I was like, you know what? I kind of want Indy to win. Obi Toppin.
Man, I'm glad you brought him up, bro, because when he got that, bro, they fell asleep on defense in overtime, bro, and let him
on the cut
on that inbounds pick and roll. I'm like, inbound to Toppin, hands it off, screen. He just rolled to the rim and should have got an N1 call. As quiet as it's kept. Refs all of a sudden turned a blind eye, but Mikal Bridges fouled the hell out of him on that dunk attempt, and he still finished that joint. But I'm so happy to see that for him, bro, because the Knicks should have never traded him away to begin with, bro. Like, how do you do that? And again, that just goes to show, like, how
because he couldn't spread the floor.
No,
but you knew that coming in,
right? You knew
that coming in.
You knew that.
We knew that coming out of Dayton that he couldn't spread the floor. So he wasn't him, but his game is very similar style wise to Kenyon Martin.
Very much so. Explosive,
energy guy,
size power forward. Yep.
He's just not as good of a rebounder. He's not as good of a rebounder. At least that isn't his role. But yeah, he wasn't as good of a rebounder or as good of a defender as Kenyon was. But very similar play style offensively. Energy guy, go get a dunk, go get a putback dunk. That's that. They're very similar, and even in stature. I think they're both about 6'8", 6'9". Athletic builds. So yeah, that's where I would go with that. But to see him back at the Mecca and them talking trash before the game, that's why we traded you, to be able to have that exclamation dunk at the end. It was good to see. So
definitely was good to see. Shout out to my boy EA locally here in Columbus, man. Appreciate you giving us love in the chat there, my brother. I hope to get you on the podcast one of these upcoming episodes soon. But yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see him like back in the Garden doing that, man. I was happy for him in specifically that moment, man. Like it was dope to see him get that. What should have been an and one call, squad as it's kept, but nonetheless,
it is what it is. They got the win, so I'm pretty sure he not go bitch too much about not getting an and one call.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of and one calls, segued into our next. Everybody want to complain about, which. You know me. I like SGA's play.
Love SGA's play.
Because that's the way that to me, you're supposed to play basketball. When your shot isn't going, get to the rim, get fouls, create contact. And that's what he does. And people were like, oh, it lulls me to sleep. No, that's basketball. He was 2 of 13 in the first half in game 1. But yeah, it's been I'm not going to say exciting series because I kind of knew I had them winning in 5, at the most 6, but I had them winning kind of in 5. I actually have OKC winning it all. I had them pick from the beginning. I had a Boston and OKC final with OKC winning, but we all know what happened with Boston with the Knicks. But hey, man, I don't know how the Thunder let this series slip. It's kind of over. Like they up 2, and the way they've been able to pull away in the second half of games and just take complete control in that pivotal third quarter. Yeah, SGA 30 plus in both games. The person that I've been real skeptical about as far as being a true number 2 has been playing like a number 2 in Jalen Williams. The dark-skinned Jalen Williams, because they have 2 Jalen Williams for y'all that don't know. But then Chet, he's stepping up. First game, 10 plus rebounds. Second game, not as much rebounds, but 20 plus points. And that's not been his norm on the offensive side in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Outside of SGA, they're getting in other ways. Alex Caruso, at least at home, is a great role player off the bench. Mm-hmm. We're going to see what happens in game 3 and 4. He tends to disappear on the road. So we're going to see. But I love the way Ant bounced back after a lackluster game 1. He was aggressive. They didn't lose that game because of him. Randall, somebody called it AEP out for Randall. Like they benched him. They benched him, man. They hit him with the Mike Singletary. Can't win with him.
Yeah. Oh, clear thing. Yeah, you gotta let me do my thing. Mike Singletary, Furter Davis. You know, I'd just rather go out there with 10 people when I know that one of them is not so out to be a part of the team. It is more about them than it is the team. Cannot win with them. Cannot play with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
Hey, man. That's what happened. That's what the conversation was in the middle of that game. Like, he didn't play the last 6 minutes of the game. He's your number 2. And he didn't play the last 6 minutes. They rather went with Naz Reid, your 6th man, and he didn't even have, I didn't think he had a great game. I may be wrong, but I didn't think he had a great game. Mm-hmm. It was better than Randall's. Because Randall, I think, was like 3 of 16. Like, it was ugly. But I don't know how they bounce back, bro. Rudy Gobert is not an offensive anything. At times he's unplayable as well. He's very Mitchell Robinson-esque. He's a better Mitchell Robinson right now. He shoots 60% from the free throw line, so that alone makes him better. That alone makes him better. Yeah. And if you see him play for France, he got for some reason he got an offensive bag when he go play for Team France, which doesn't make sense because it does not come to the NBA. But I don't know how they answer back unless average 35 to 40. The rest of the series is over. It's over.
It's a wrap.
But at the same time, who gonna stop SGA from getting 35, 40?
That ain't gonna happen.
So
it's not going to happen, sir.
Yeah, so I got OKC. I got him in 5, bro. I got him in 5.
I'm glad you got him in 5, because.
But you got him in 4?
Sweepity sweep. Just let me think real quick. I hate to say this, and I might catch some flack for it, but you know me. I have no problem with taking on a hot take. Not only do I got OKC winning this thing in 4, and I'm saying it's over with, if we gonna keep it a bean, the Timberwolves shouldn't even be here to begin with. Let's be honest. They beat up on the Lakers, and they simply exploited the number one weakness of that roster. They had no big man. They executed the second piece of that. Their perimeter defense still stunk. The 2 guys that they were counting on to produce, to support LeBron James and Luka, and Austin Reeves, they get it done offensively, but they can't guard their own shadows on defense. Their defense is about on par with Steve Nash caliber defense, if we're going to keep it a bean. So, they kind of got a first round bye against the Lakers, if we're going to keep it a bean. Next, you ready for this one? The Warriors, another team that a lot of people thought after the Jimmy Butler trade that, you know, they got a real good shot to get to the finals, right? No problem.
I didn't think they were a final-worthy team, but if Steph was healthy, they pose an issue for Golden State. I mean, for Minnesota. Him being hurt changed that. But this is sports, and you play who is in front of you. So I get what you're saying. They shouldn't, but they should have. Because what would the narrative be if they would have lost to one of those teams?
I mean, they'd have been,
especially to the Warriors with no Steph.
Oh, with no Steph, that's my point.
Because if they would have lost to LA, they'd have been that's Luka and Bron. Luka and Bron. That would have been. That doesn't matter. But them losing to a Stephless Warriors, Gobert would have been gone. Randall would be gone. Hell, we just seen Luka get traded. And it might be like Ant might be gone. Like it's crazy. Hey,
No
we ain't
doubt.
taking it. We ain't taking it easy on the Knicks, man. Like I had the Knicks before winning in 6, and now it's looking like 4-5 Indy. Sis, I don't know if that's the fact that you put easy. I'm pretty sure that's Kev. Yeah, so yeah, like yeah, Knicks, and they about to probably lose a night, go down 0-2. It ain't looking good for them. But yeah,
You
the
just can't.
Wolves, they got lucky. They got lucky, man.
Right, no doubt. The Wolves should be here, bro. We just gotta keep it a bean. You beat up on a team that was deficient in certain areas. I know a lot of people was in love with the Luka LeBron dynamic, but still shaky defense.
I
No
wasn't in
big
love with
man.
it. I was never in love with it. Like
Whoa.
I wasn't. I wasn't. Like I get it long term wise, but in the immediate, them trying to win a championship now, it would have been better. It would have been a little bit different if the Mark Williams trade wasn't rescinded.
Also true. Yes.
But when that got rescinded and they couldn't, at that point, you got to call Dwight Howard. Like you got to go get somebody besides Alex Lynn. Like you got to get somebody,
Alex
bro.
Lynn.
Like
Alex Lynn.
you got to get somebody. So and they did do it. Yeah, and since the Knicks just lost again, they down 0-2.
They say this is a big broom town. Cause buddy,
What do you say? TD East.
I know one thing, man. I know a lot of. Hey.
Pa's gonna cry in the car.
Shout out to our boy Paz, man. Shout out to the VFE clan. But man, and I know when the Knicks got to the Eastern Conference Finals, man, they was on that paid in full energy, man. They was about money making Mitch. It was on money making Mitch time, before he got locked up, and now they're looking like him in that scene, about to be on some real murder shit. Hey,
oh for sure.
I don't give a fuck.
Like, I think the only way that series changed if Mikal Bridges is gonna have to be the one to step up. It can't be. It's him or OG. I would say both of them, and they're gonna have to step it up defensively. Somebody's gonna have to take on the challenge of being like, okay, eliminate Burton offensively completely, and Hart's gonna have to do a better job on Pascal. Like Pascal getting 30. Did he get to 40? 39 is crazy. Him getting that in the Eastern Conference Finals is crazy. So that can't happen. But
it can't.
But that comment goes back to the Knicks. But let's
we're gonna finish up on the finish up on the Thunder and the Wolves. But
yeah, so you really got them getting swept.
It's a wrap, bro. I mean, bottom line,
sweep, they can't get one in Minnesota, not one.
I don't see it, brother. I don't. They should like the fact that they got past those other teams with technically this still of a flawed roster. And bottom line, your number 2 guy is somebody that you can't count on. Matter of fact, one of my peoples was talking about betting on Julius Randle the other night, and I said I wouldn't bet on him. I was looking a little like had the game one, he was out there bombs over Baghdad, and then game 2, you talking about man's getting benched when you need him the most. You can't count on him. You cannot count on Julius Randle. I know he's technically an all-star caliber player, but how long has this been? You know what I mean? Like you can't count on him, bro.
It's been 3 years since he was all-star?
It's been about 2 or 3 years since he's been an all-star. You can't count on Julius Randle. Rudy Gobert gives you absolutely nothing on offense, and I hate to say it, the Thunder's got the bigs really to kind of like negate him too, man. I mean, you got Chet out there that's a very dynamic weapon. You got Isaiah Hartenstein, who shockingly might have been one of the best pickups of last offseason, man. I mean, the Thunder really, I mean, they're deep, bro. Like, I hate to say this, man, and I know I caught flack when I posted it talking about Sam Presti. I'm gonna die on the hill. He currently is the best GM in the game, and I still say, bro,
I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close.
And he might be the best of all time simply because of the fact that he lost.
You got to get rings. That's the reason you can't throw him because he doesn't have the rings. But he got to get like 3. You got to get like 3.
But think about it. He's in prime position to do so. How the hell do you lose 3 Hall of Famers, a borderline all-star in Serge Ibaka? I mean, Durant, Westbrook, Harden. You lose Harden over $4 million. You basically lose KD for next to nothing. You unload Russ for some draft picks. You get Paul George. You flip, bro. That's where it started. They flipped Paul George for 8 draft picks and SGA. Brother, they still sitting on draft picks as the best team in the West. They still sitting on draft picks from all them trades. You send out Westbrook for more draft picks. You send out Chris Paul for more draft picks. They got an MVP on their roster. They're the best team in the league. Their average age is probably under 25.
Yeah, they're one of the younger teams. I think it is 25. They're one of the younger teams in all the NBA.
And arguably the best team in the NBA right now. They still dancing.
If they win a ring, they're not arguably they were the best team in basketball this year.
They will be the best, but
because they had the best record between both conferences, and yeah, MVP, best record, finals. At that point, for this year, you can't deny it. They're the best team in the NBA from start to finish, from bell to bell. But I kind of expected that coming in off of the way they played last year. I wasn't sure Williams and Chet was gonna take that step. I knew SGA. Kind of knew. I wish I would have put the money on it. I kind of knew SGA was gonna win MVP because I had been saying it, and I knew that I don't think they're gonna let Joker win another MVP, because that puts him in rarefied air, and I don't think the NBA purists want to have that conversation. Because if he get, would that be his fourth or fifth?
Maybe his fourth.
Because I know he won 2 in a row.
He's definitely won 2 in a row. I know he's got at least 3 right now.
Yeah, I know he has 3. I can't remember. It wasn't 3 in a row, but it was 2 in a row, and then he arguably could have won it the year that he didn't win it. I think they gave it to Giannis. So I don't know. I just wanted to see when another American go win an MVP. I don't see.
That's a great question.
Paolo may be our best. Paolo may be our best option. Him or Ant. I'm not gonna discredit Ant. Ant can do it, but Ant got to stay healthy, and Ant will have to average 37 and 8, and he can do it. But is he gonna get that effort every night? That's the question.
That's one thing, and he gonna have to clean up the antics off.
So look, I get you. I think that's only amongst our people, because they ain't taking off a Sprite commercial. They ain't pulling this Adidas ads. Nope. They ain't pulling nothing. He actually got more endorsements since all this happened. So I get what you're saying, but that's kind of amongst our community. Like mainstream media, we don't care about that. He can shoot a 3 and dunk on 2 people. He can sell this Sprite. That's the way they approaching it. So
dirty water.
Right. So it's ridiculous. But those are the only that I can see right now. Because in 2 years Wemby gonna be in the discussion, probably.
Man.
An American wise, bro. It may be a while, bro.
Just think about it. The guys that should be there: Zion Williamson's, Ja Morant,
Book took a step back.
Double pin. Trae Young never was. Jason Tatum, and then you got the injury now with him.
I hate the narrative on Trae. Trae might be the most disrespected player in the NBA.
I mean, he deserves it, but I'm gonna let you cook.
How does he deserve it?
He deserves it, bro. I'm sorry.
How does he deserve it? That's crazy. I know he's in the same division as you guys. Saying
he's no threat. He's no threat to Orlando in that division, apparently.
Hey, but if he was y'all's point guard,
we would take a major step back defensively. I have
but you'll take a major step offensively.
No, we wouldn't.
You would.
Nope. He would stunt the growth of our 2 guys that are still blossoming. I'm sorry,
nope.
bro.
Nope.
I don't want no parts of the Trae Young business.
You give you a double guy, 20, an efficient 3-point shooter, which y'all lack.
Yep, that's fine.
So
that's fine. But we also play defense over here, which he does not.
If y'all play defense, y'all still might be playing right now.
If we could shoot, we'd be still playing right now.
I just gave you a shooter.
Nope. No thanks.
I just gave you a shooter.
No thanks. I'd rather take my chances in the draft. No thanks.
With who?
Anybody.
But y'all not. That's our issue. Y'all too good to be in the bottom now.
Nope.
So y'all not getting nobody.
We still got a couple of picks left. We'll be okay. It
ain't gonna happen.
It's
got to be via trade at this point.
Giannis
it's got to be via trade at this point.
Giannis and Kawhi Leonard were not lottery picks. Remember that. Remember that. You can hit late. You can hit late.
Giannis and Kawhi. That's what you hanging your hat on.
Devin Booker wasn't a lottery pick either.
He was right there at the lottery.
Sure about that?
Book was 13.
I thought he was 17.
I thought he was 13.
I thought he was 17. Well, I might be wrong.
I thought he was 13. I know you're not a top 10 pick. I do know that.
He's definitely, yeah.
But he wasn't featured enough at Kentucky to be a top 10 pick. He was I think he came off the bench at Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So
that he was. But he just no man. You can land guys like outside of it. You don't need a lottery pick. If you land the right guy and he fits
he was 13.
System,
yeah,
okay, so
Book was 13.
so back end of the lottery, fair enough. But nonetheless, bro, there's a lot of guys that you can land outside of like the lottery slot, and they wind up blossoming, man. I mean, these guys miss all the time on top 10 picks, and I like to think that Orlando's draft nailed like a good chunk of their picks. But getting back to the key piece, man, I say it's over for the Wolves. It's a wrap, bro. And a final point to why I think it's over. Unlike Minnesota's weak path to get to the finals, Oklahoma City's battle tested. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do to the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, they kind of ripped their heart out. You know what I'm saying? So like they packed.
They did
Memphis
more.
the hell up.
They did more to rip their heart out. Like people gotta understand.
There's talk about Ja getting moved in this offseason as a result of how bad they got packed up.
Well, you gotta understand. They gave up the biggest playoff loss, and then turned around and gave up the biggest. They blew the biggest lead, I think, in playoff history. Like 4 nights later, they had Casey down by almost 40, and they came back and beat them by 13.
Indeed,
that's ridiculous.
But again, they did what they were supposed to do against Memphis. They packed them the hell up, and bro, they went. The bar exam was, can they knock out a team that had championship experience, star power, and as I call it, a balanced breakfast? The Nuggets wasn't no tough out, and they wound up winning. And not only did they win, they
Game
packed them
7
the hell up.
Game 7. Game 7. It got ugly.
They packed them the hell up. They said, "Here's your tickets to Cancun via international airlines. We'll see you next season." So I mean, I don't see nobody beating these guys right now, man. And if they wind up getting them out of there, who knows? I mean, it's potentially based on our shared vision here. It's going to be a Midwest NBA Finals. I know nobody's not looking forward to going to Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, but
that's where it's going to be.
Midwest Finals.
That's where it's going to be. And two of probably the most boringest cities in the NBA as far as host cities. But I would probably OKC might sweep them.
Sweep the Pacers?
Yeah, on paper, they would sweep them. But the thing is, the little what the hell?
Yikes!
He might be able to steal one. Like, he's not gonna steal the series. He's not gonna steal. Like, the issue is, unlike everybody else they played, they match up everywhere and have the depth. So 6'5" point guard, 6'6" point guard. 6'4" shooting guard, 6'4" shooting guard. 6 everywhere they match up. 6'7" small forward, 6'7" small forward. They just get. That was gonna be crazy. Pause moment. They just get bigger at the power forward. Yeah, so Chet is a mismatch, but that was crazy.
That was crazy, pause, bro.
Chet and nonverbals. Yeah, Chet.
Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all doing y'all thing in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all supporting the first live episode, man.
Yeah, but Chet is a mismatch for Pascal. I think that's where it's going. They had the better combination of bigs, in my opinion. So yeah, they may sweep them, but definitely no more than 6. But I'm a roll with a sweep if it's them two. I'm a roll with a sweep.
Yeah, we definitely we're getting ahead of the gun. We still got a lot of basketball that's left to be played, but it's looking like Pacer gang got a stranglehold on the Knicks, and You already know my take. I have zero faith that the Timberwolves are going to be able to make this a fight between the Thunder, man. I just think the Thunder's a better team across the board, better built, man. Battle tested. I just don't see it. I don't see it, especially if Minnesota drops Game 3. Pack them up, bro. Cancun on 3. I'm sorry. So
Cancun on
3. Cancun on me. 1, 2, 3. So, crazy indeed, man. But man, this has been a crazy ride. This first live episode, man. I gotta give the chat, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for joining, man. I see we up to 6 live viewers right now, man, and I ain't gonna lie, this is changing my energy about the pod, bro. Like I know I've been up and down, man. It's been feeling like a second job, but this right here, man, this love and support, man, from y'all, like I can't stress how much I appreciate our fan base coming through, man, and showing love, man. We just getting started, man. My boy Zayden finally got me out the crypt.
got him out the goddamn dungeon.
You know what I'm saying? So, everybody was like, man, Frost, you need to get you a ring light, man. You need to get you a ring light, man. And I was like, bro, I got light. I just, man, I wanted to ease into it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come out here on some Dark Knight vibes, man.
You don't get to ease into it. You just got to jump into it. You got to take that plunge.
Nah, man. See, that's how you tear ACLs and bend ankles and all that, man.
Luckily, we in positions where our work performance don't depend on the ACL.
Big facts.
We'll be all right.
We gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. So you gotta jump in. As I like to say always, I just gotta give you that little kick in the ass. That's how we got to the pod casting anyway. We talked about it, and I just came in. Hey, we gotta do it. I didn't discuss it with you about getting on cam. I'm like, hey, I'm doing it.
I like it, man. I love it.
Sometimes you just need that reinforcement, and that's where we're here. Hopefully, this starts the movement the way that we wanted to go. And Indy in New York is not going 7. We get that you are from New York. We get it. And sir, I'm gonna need you to give your wife her phone back, or at least her Facebook account.
Unchain my heart, unchain my phone.
But yeah, so we appreciate all the love and support from you guys. We're gonna try to get back to a more consistent, regular schedule for you guys. We're now also posting on YouTube, so we're there now as well. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon/Audible, iHeartRadio. Basically anywhere you can find a podcast, we are there. So we continue to give you good content, new videos. We coming out here soon. I hope to get you guys on the next episode. This is your boy Zay, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. Any last words from you, Frost, before we get out of here?
You kind of hit it all on the money, man. Again, appreciate the love and support, man. I appreciate y'all coming in here, man, getting us going with the live content, man, on the fly, man. Hope, you know what I'm saying, we didn't fold in the pocket, man, ain't ducking no smoke. And I gotta agree with my co-host, man, that Knicks Pacers is definitely gonna be wrapping up soon.
Yeah, that's as Halliburton's pops would say, we smoking that Knickerbocker pack, baby. We smoking that pack. But that's where they at with it. And Brian, yeah, I don't agree with the genuine sweep both ways, but I can see a genuine sweep and then a sweep. But nah, bro.
Hitters in the building. What up, bro?
Knicks is done, bro. Kev, you my boy. But Knicks is done, bro. Knicks is done, bro. And I had the Knicks winning. They done. Unless I don't see how they win. Yeah, they done. But yeah, we out here. We got an hour 25. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We out.
We gonna holler at y'all the next episode, man. Peace and love.